Welcome back to Shaving Down Under. I am Doug, if you have forgotten. It has been a long time between videos. As you can see there, you got the sea in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. I definitely can. And when I do upload this video, I'll see if I can turn up the volume a bit so you can hear it as well. Shaving with the Diplomat. A little bit dark here today. We'll see how this turns out. I'm using a dodgy light source. Shaving with the last one of the spoiler here in this dispenser. So these are really cool blade. I'm pretty sure there's a couple on sale at the moment on eBay at a very reasonable price in the States. So if you're an American, I suggest you pick one up. Shaving with Chisel Face. Macaque, I don't know how you pronounce it, but really lovely, above average shave. So it's good to be back. It's been the past month has been pretty crazy, and it's sort of now settling down. So yeah, quite a bit's happened. I've landed. I feel like I've landed on my feet. I've got a really good job down in Robe. You know, I'm pulling about 35 hours a week on casual rates, getting all the penalty rates. So I'm pulling some good money at the moment. That'll slow down a bit when we get right into winter, but as soon as we hit spring, that will pick up again. It's decidedly a lot quieter down here in Kingston than what it was or where I was living in Adelaide. There is a road behind me. It really doesn't get much traffic at all. The street we're on gets even less. You'll see a car go past. Where is it? Oh, it's a truck. But anyway, most of the people that drive past are tourists along the beachfront. And the street I'm on, which sort of runs along parallel to the beachfront, I think it's mainly locals that drive on it. So it's a half-hour drive to work each day. It's about 45k between here and Robe. That's only about 5 minutes more than what I was driving during the day in Adelaide to get to work over a far shorter distance. And the nice thing is I just sit on 100, like the speed limit's 110, I just sit on 100, because usually there's no cars behind me, no cars in front of me, and just cars passing me going the other way. So it's a pretty relaxing drive. I just sit back in the car, rest my head against the headrest, which you don't really do. When you think of, when you go out driving today, tomorrow, you're sitting in your car, see if you drive with your head on the headrest. I bet you most of you don't. And that's because you're in the city and you've got to be awake. You've got to be aware. You've got to always be checking your blind spots, looking out for idiots. So we almost had disaster with the move. Probably averted it by a bee's dick. On the 19th of March, which just happened to be my birthday, we hired out a small truck. I think it's like 3.5 tonne. It's a larger size vehicle you can drive on a car licence. And we hired it from where my youngest brother works. And we used it to bring all my part. This is a great soap. My God, look at that. What a magnificent lather. We hired her to take all my partner's pot plants because she's just got heaps. And she's got some real big pots with big plants in them. They're heavy. Some are old concrete pots, so they're double as heavy again just because of the concrete. She had one big pot that she had out the front of the house. She put like 30 kg of, weights in the bottom of it. So if anyone was going to steal it, they had to have two, fairly large fellas doing it. And anyway, so my old driveway where I lived at Enfield is on a 45-degree slope, like going down. There's the street I'm on, then there's probably about 10 metres of like a garden bed sort of thing, council garden bed, just mainly wood chips, wood bark. And then there's like a 1.5, 2 metre drop onto Main North Road, which is probably one of the most busiest arterial roads in Adelaide. If it's not the busiest, it's number 2. And anyway, we reversed this truck up the driveway. Now we had it half full. Like, we packed this truck out in the end of pot plants. And it's half full, and we had probably one of the heavier pardon me, pot plants on a tail lifter. And I'm on one side, the pot plant's in the centre. So the pot plant is, I don't know, that wide, if you round, it's heavy. And you can't see the depth of it. But and my youngest brother was on the other side. And you get those optical illusions, you're sitting at traffic lights, and then the car next to you is just rolling forwards or backwards just slowly, and also gives you the feeling that it's actually you that's rolling. Well, I've got control of the lifter and we're going up, and I'm thinking, this feels like we're rolling, and I mentioned something and then we realised we were rolling. And it was dumb. So I was on the passenger side of the truck, and what the fuck do I do? So I jump off, and there was this rail on the back of the truck that you use to help yourself get up into, and I've grabbed that. I've kicked something with my right foot, with my big toe. I've smashed the nail back into my toe. It hurt like hell. I'm just hanging onto this truck, and it's just rolling, and I'm just thinking, this is pointless. This is pointless. And I'm just thinking, this thing is going to roll across our street, which there's a good chance it's not going to hit any car coming. But it's going to go, if it goes straight through on the main North Road, it's going to be a calamity. And we're going to be owing tens of thousands, if not more. And my youngest brother, he had like this much gap. It wasn't much between the truck and this big steel skip bin. He's flown like a puma, and as it's hit the street, our street, he's jumped in the cabin and yanked on the handbrake, like yanked on it harder, and it stops. My toe's still black, and it still aches. The other thing I've learned coming down into a country or regional town is, last week I rang up the local medical centre, and they said, no, you've got to ring back at 9 a.m. tomorrow to see if we can get you in. I'm like, can't we just make an appointment? She says, no, that's how it works here. And it's the same in road. So the next day, I'm on the blower at 9 a.m, right on 9 a.m. I thought I'd be polite and at least wait for the clock to tick over. And the phone's engaged for the next 15 minutes, and I finally get through, like 9:15. No, booked out. Actually, that was about 2 weeks ago, so I've sort of just given up. Other thing about country towns, if you haven't got your food by 7 p.m, especially during the week, chances are you've got to go to a servo and buy some takeaway food, because everything closes early. That's all right. So I have had to change my lifestyle a bit. I don't stay up nowhere near as late as what I used to. I get up earlier now. I eat a bit earlier now. Sometimes I'm down at the beach at 7 a.m. Because as you can see in the background, I don't know how the depth is. The camera makes it look a bit smaller, and I just cannot open this up. No, I can't. But it's a lot closer than what it's showing there. It's good. So depending on what time I come home at night, sometimes I can see kangaroos in the paddocks as I'm driving by. Once about that, around that time of day or evening, and then when it gets darker, driving home, it's like you just got to sit back, go a bit slower, and just watch out for kangaroos and wombats and foxes and rabbits and stuff that run out in front of you. It's probably more your kangaroo and the wombat that you got to really watch out for, because A, I don't want to hit them, and B, they do damage to your car, and I don't want either. So luckily that stretch between Robe and where I live in Kingston is there's not a lot of roadkill. It's, you know, it's farmland or vineyards on either side. So there's quite a bit of fencing. Whereas between Meningie and Kingston, there's just lots of national park and a lot of wildlife. You know, everything gets on the road, including deer and cattle, sheep. So pretty much getting stuff sorted now in the move. I've still, all my shaving collection is still sitting in boxes, or just, you know, the shaving creams and soaps have all been pulled out and scattered around. So I've still got to get them back in the display cases. When I get that done, I'm going to do a new collection video, because I'm finally back in money with a well-paid job. In the last 2 days I've been organised. I've got proxy boxes with collectors all around the world, and so I've got razors and soaps and mugs and brushes and all that sort of stuff coming from America, England, Germany, Denmark or Holland I think, and Romania, and hopefully I may have a little bit in France. So all that's sort of in the post now and making its way. So hopefully, you know, in about a month's time, I'll be able to do some unboxing videos again. Alright, I'll be back. I'll just clean up. Oh, oops, another great shave. Big shout out to Carl. Spurs, mate. If it wasn't for VAR, you'd probably only be a point above us. I was gutted after that game. Absolutely gutted, man. Oh, God, that's 5 points we've been robbed of this season by VAR. First against Crystal Palace, where the dude in the control room lined up the wrong defender for an offside. Like, these guys have got to be on the take. Come on, they've got to be. Because they couldn't be that bad. So we've got the big game this, well, it's very early Monday morning here in Adelaide. FA Cup semi-final. Brighton v Manchester United at Wembley. It's going to be a cracker of a game. Now, United and Brighton do have FA Cup history. I think it's around 83, 84, 83, where Brighton and Manchester United played off in the final. In the 119th minute of the game, it was 2-2, and a Brighton player evaded his opponent, a defender, and it was just him and the keeper. And the keeper made a great save. So it's time for redemption. So we're going to knock out United in the semi-final this weekend. Can't wait. It's going to be a magnificent thing. Well, I hope you stuck around. I don't know. My videos are going to be just here and there for now, at least. I've got a back room. We've still got to get into it and do stuff with it. But it's got a sink in there, so I'm going to set that up as a bit of a shave den, amongst other things. And yeah, I'll just let you look in the background again with the sea. It's just lovely down there. It's really nice to go down there and have a walk any time of day. Really relaxing stuff. Yeah, so hang in there. Hopefully we've got, as I said earlier, we've got some unboxing videos coming up in about a month's time. Things start trickling in, and there's some pretty interesting stuff in amongst that, and some what's the word? I can't even pronounce it. You know those cream Gillette dispensers? I'm going to reveal something very interesting about them that a lot of people, I imagine, would have the same question. So we'll leave that at that. Rightio, I'm going to get into my uniform, my all black uniform, and go grab a bite to eat the local cafe, and then make the drive down to Robe and start work. Closing up today, first time by myself. Should be interesting. I've done a few closes, some people just watching. They do their end of day takings. They just do it all differently to what I did at the last mob I worked at. They were different owners, same company, sort of franchise thingy, but they just do it all different. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. I got 4 closes in a row this week, so you know I'll get it right by the 4th one, hopefully. So yeah, thanks for sticking around, and I hope you've sort of enjoyed the view. I hope you can hear the sea, because I definitely can. Okay, I'll catch up with you soon. I might do a shave video next week, and hopefully I'll be just covered in Brighton shirts. Okay people, take care, enjoy your weekend that's coming up, and we'll chat to you soon. Ciao for now.